I have the very good fortune of writing a blog for FA Magazine, Financial Advisor Magazine, the electronic version. And in case you don't read the magazine, I want to read you the blog I put in this month. I call it Snippets. And I said basically that I spend a lot of time with successful advisors. Not so coincidentally, I'm a very diligent and copious note taker. At the end of every month, I sort out and save all the good stuff. And I thought it might be fun to tell you some of the things I've heard in the last 30 days. These comments were all made in conversation. They're all snippets, yet they all resonate. A woman said to me, I tell my clients, when talking about market performance and all the volatility we've been through, I tell my clients they can look back, but they can't stare. But that was a marvelous comment. Make sure your clients focus on the outcome rather than the experience. My buddy Lance at MetLife said that to me. People think you're so smart when they do all the talking. Relationship problems with clients don't announce themselves in advance. They sneak up on little cat feet. Isn't that a great expression? My buddy Jack out in Pasadena said this. Buy 3 different kinds of apples, a Fuji, a Gala, and a Macintosh. They're all different. Put them all in a bag. What happens to the other 2 when one rots? When he sees clients with like 3 growth and income funds, he uses that analogy. It's a great analogy. Another client up in Canada says this to his clients. He told me, he said, Mr. and Mrs. Client, the biggest risk is insidious creep of inflation. I bought, meaning he, the advisor, bought a brand new Ford Mustang in 1987 for $9,000. To not invest your money is to safely go broke. A very big producer had this to say. I didn't ask my wife to marry me on the first date. We dated for a while, and eventually we only dated each other. Down the road, we got engaged. Down the road even further, we got married. I treat prospects the same way. I want to go steady before I ask for a commitment. I heard one client say to another client, hey, the client is taking a lot more risk than we are. I thought that was great. I met an advisor who doesn't call them assets under management. He calls them assets under care. Here's a quote from an advisor. I ask CPAs and attorneys if they accept referrals. I then ask if they reciprocate. Isn't that great? Here's what one advisor tells his clients who won't do what he wants them to do. There are firms out there who'd be a better fit for you. It makes it very difficult for me when you don't follow our advice. Again, Jack out in California said, you have to learn the requisite selling skills. If you don't have an appointment, you don't need a product or product knowledge. Don't give a seminar in the retirement community until you've earned the right to speak. They have to know you. We've seen you, we know you, we like you. Mr. and Mrs. Client, when's the last time you did something for the first time and did it picture perfect? Well, you're about to retire for the first time. Don't blow it. It's great advice. Mr. and Mrs. Client, what's your strategy for doubling your income in retirement? Do you have that in writing? Your biggest risk is longevity. People should transfer their entire accounts to you without hearing one investment suggestion. I love that. The essence of the business is what you say, how you listen, and how many families you'll touch this year. And lastly, an advisor said to me, my advocates want their friends to retire comfortably. My top advocate's goal is to eventually give me 100 referrals. I have 16 advocates. I talk to each one at least once a month. These are not financial phone calls. I email each one once a week. I get 100 referrals a year. That's some pretty wise advice for some pretty wise people. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks very much.